Founded in 1998 by Scott Rosen, the HR Department of the Year Award has become a well-deserved symbol of excellence, leading companies in our region who have earned the honor over the past 17 years. This past April, a kickoff meeting was held for the 2014 HR Department of the Year Awards at the prestigious Union League in Philadelphia. This event featured this past year's winners, where each presented an in-depth overview of what it took to win the award. The session discussed how they won and their winning strategies.
So good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Rosen, and I'm the founder of the HR Department of the Year Award. And I wanted to thank everyone who's here this morning. And so the program started in 1998. If you're an HR leader and you feel you have a good HR team, it's a nice way to recognize them, win or lose. It also benchmarks you. So a lot of people will use the award as a way to benchmark themselves against other HR functions. It's a branding tool. A lot of HR functions are unwilling, unable, or afraid to toot their own horns. But there's more pressure, I think, on HR now to prove it's a business function within the organization. And so it's an opportunity for you to brand your HR department and also brand your company as an employer of choice. Now we're in our 17th year, and we continue to grow and improve each year.
Next, I'd like to introduce the 2013 winner for the HR Department of the Year for 50 or more HR employees. So please welcome Patrick McGinley and Peter Johnson from NRG Energy.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks a lot for having us. I'm Patrick McGinley. I head up NRG Energy's compensation department. To my right here is Peter Johnson, heads up our benefits and wellness department. I'm going to give you a little bit of overview of the deck here. This deck it's a slimmed down version of what we had shared during the interview process, but more importantly, it's actually also a slimmed down version of what we shared with our board of directors, which is really part of what motivated us to submit the application to try and win this amazing award. As HR professionals, one of the things I know all of us are trying to do, whether you've accomplished it or you're on your way, is to become that strategic partner in the organization, right? Have what we say, the seat at the table. But we have been striving, pun intended, you'll see on one of our future slides, to become that strategic partner. And what was really exciting about this is this deck came at a request, an unsolicited request from the chairman of our board. We are a power company, right? We're not a regulated utility, but we are a power company. We burn fossil fuels to keep these things on. But we also understand that that's not going to be the long-term vision of this country and the world. The burning of fossil fuels has a time limit on it. And so we're constantly proposing to our board ways that we can break from that mold and how we can make renewables and other alternative energies sustainable and viable on large and small scales. And what's exciting about this is our chairman of our board is hearing these business presentations, but in his mind he's thinking, this is going to take people, right? You're looking at a capital-intensive business of building power plants and purchasing fossil fuels to having people who are going to install solar panels, right? And people who are in that sales and that services mindset. It's a dramatic shift for our business. And so for our chairman of our board to reach out directly to us and say, you need to educate the board on how you, HR, are going to help us achieve these goals. That to us was a validation, and that's the word we used, of all of the hard work we had done for years. On a side note, we also had a magic bus. Did yours have a cooler? Because ours had a cooler. We were very excited. It turned out to be the celebratory cooler, not the consolatory cooler, you know? But it was very exciting. So,
Good morning, everyone. As Patrick mentioned, my name is Peter Johnson. I head up the Benefits and Wellness Group. So where we take this now is to talk about how we think about HR, and it really centers around the employee, of course. And so we think about this concept of a talent life cycle. And so it begins with attracting and recruiting employees, moves around to develop and retaining, and then we think about succession and exit, because that's obviously a natural part of every person's ultimate career, and then it just starts again. So we had people across the company that we asked to come up with some idea, whether it's an HR idea, whether it's a engineering idea, whether it's a more efficient way to run a power plant, any type of idea, and we put that out there and said, we want you to build a team, come up with the idea, develop the idea, and then ultimately in front of this leadership conference, we're going to ask you to present your idea. There's 3 or 4 finalists that were chosen to present the idea in front of this, again, Shark Tank-like folks, to ultimately pick the idea that is the one selected for the company. And with the one that gets selected, the winners receive, what is it, $10,000? Everybody on the team receives $10,000 cash, as well as they'll receive seed money, basically, to get the idea going. So learning and development is important. We want to continue to develop and grow. As we get into different types of businesses, we may need different skill sets. So we're looking to say, if we're moving from fossil fuel to alternative energy, there may be skill sets that we need to teach different people different things to move into these different businesses. So we're looking at learning development. Again, the unique reward opportunities that I talked about, that also continues as we need to continue not just to attract people, but to retain them as well.
Right. The fact that we were nominated, we came together as a team, and we demonstrated to each other all the value that we had created, that in and of itself was a tremendous amount of value for our team, whether we won or not. Don't get me wrong, it was wonderful to win.
Join us for an evening spent in celebration as we acknowledge the achievements of our colleagues in the HR industry. Registration is now open. Also, applications are now being taken and sponsorships are available. If you have any questions, please contact Scott Rosen.